You finally raise your seed round. $1 million in the bank, Slack messages are flying, your team is energized, investors are excited, and for the first time, you feel like this might actually work. So, you start moving faster. You hire 3 people in 1 month, you double your marketing budget, you upgrade your tools, your stack, your everything. Because now, you're not just a startup, you're a real company. But then 5 months later, something feels off. Your burn is higher than expected. Your runway is shrinking faster than planned. Revenue is growing, but it's not catching up. And suddenly, instead of thinking about growth, you're thinking about survival. Again. If that sounds familiar, it's because most seed-stage startups don't die from lack of funding. They die from how they spend it. And today, we're going to break down the 4 burn rate mistakes that quietly kill seed startups, even the ones that look like they're doing everything right. Hi, my name is Bob, and I spend way too much time thinking about startup finance. If you're someone who raised money but still feels like you're constantly running out of it, or you're scared you might, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Mistake number 1. Hiring like growth is guaranteed. Here's the thing. The fastest way to kill your runway is hiring too early. Now look, I get it. You raise $1 million and suddenly your problems feel solvable. We just need more engineers. We need a growth lead. We need a sales team. So, you hire. Let's say 5 hires. Average cost per employee is $6,000 a month. That's $30,000 a month added instantly. If your original burn was $50K, now it's $80K. Just like that, your runway drops by almost 40%. And here's the dangerous part. Revenue doesn't increase immediately because hiring has lag. New hires take 2 to 3 months to become productive, sometimes longer. So your burn spikes now, but your results come later, and many startups don't survive that gap. Founder psychology behind it. This is where it gets really interesting. Founders don't hire because they need people, they hire because they want certainty. More people feels like more control, more progress, more momentum, but in reality, it's just more burn. Now you might be thinking, but if I don't hire, I'll move too slow. That sounds logical, but early-stage speed doesn't come from team size. It comes from clarity. A focused team of 3 can outperform a confused team of 10. Every time. Mistake number 2. Confusing growth spend with progress. Look, this one is subtle, and it kills a lot of good startups. You start spending on growth, ads, agencies, tools, experiments, and metrics start moving. More traffic, more signups, more activity. So you assume we're growing. But here's the question nobody asks. Is this efficient growth? Let's break it down. Your CAC is $150. Your LTV is $300. Looks okay. 2x return. So you scale. You spend $30,000 a month on ads. You acquire 200 customers. But here's the problem. Your payback period is 12 months. So you're spending $30K now and getting maybe $5K back this month. Your burn increases dramatically, even though your metrics look fine. Now, you might be thinking, but that's how startups work, right? Spend now, earn later. Yes, but only if you survive long enough. That's the part founders ignore. Growth is only good if your runway can support it. Otherwise, you're just accelerating your own death. Mistake number 3. Fixed costs that lock you in. Here's one founders underestimate all the time. Fixed costs. Salaries, office rent, long-term contracts, subscriptions. These aren't just expenses, they're commitments, and commitments reduce flexibility. Let's say you're burning $90K a month. Out of that, $70K is fixed. That means even if things go wrong, you can't reduce burn easily. You're stuck. And this is what kills startups during bad months, because revenue is variable, but costs are not. Founder story, the we can't cut now trap. I once worked with a startup, let's call it Nova. They raised $1.2 million. Within 6 months, hired 8 people, signed a 1-year office lease, locked into multiple SaaS contracts. Burn reached $140K a month. Then growth slowed. Not stopped, just slowed. And suddenly they had a problem. They needed to reduce burn, but they couldn't because everything was locked in. So instead of adapting, they kept spending, hoping growth would catch up. It didn't. They ran out of cash in 4 months. Mistake number 4. ignoring burn rate momentum. This one is the most dangerous because it's invisible. Burn doesn't just increase, it accelerates. Here's what I mean. Month 1, 60K. Month 2, 70K. Month 3, 85K. Month 4, 105K. You're not just increasing burn, you're increasing the rate of increase. And founders don't notice this early enough because each decision feels small. Just one hire, just a bit more marketing, just one more tool. But collectively, they create exponential burn. And by the time you realize it, it's too late. The math most founders miss. Here's the thing. Burn rate is not a snapshot, it's a trajectory. And runway is not cash divided by current burn. It's cash divided by future burn path. If your burn is rising every month, your real runway is much shorter than you think. The core trade-off. Every burn decision comes down to one trade-off: speed versus survival. Spend more, grow faster, less runway. Spend less, grow slower, more runway. Now you might be thinking, so should I just minimize burn? No, that's not the goal. The goal is intentional burn. Every dollar should have a purpose, not just momentum. A better way to think about burn. Instead of asking, how fast can we grow, ask, what is the most efficient way to learn? Because early-stage startups are not scaling machines, they're learning machines. Your goal is to find product-market fit, repeatable growth, and efficient economics. Burn should support learning, not ego. The 4 burn rules. Simple framework. Let's simplify everything into 4 rules. Rule 1, hire only when it removes a bottleneck, not when it feels right. Rule 2, growth spend must have a clear payback window. If you can't estimate it, don't scale it. Rule 3, keep fixed costs as low as possible. Flexibility is survival. And Rule 4, track burn trend, not just burn number. Watch acceleration. The one insight that changes everything. Here's the insight most founders realize too late. Burn rate is not just a financial metric, it's a reflection of your decision quality. Bad decisions equal higher burn, good decisions equal efficient burn. So if your burn is increasing, don't just cut costs, fix the decisions behind it. Final reality check. Look, seed funding is not meant to scale your company, it's meant to prove your company. If you treat it like growth capital, you'll run out of it, every time. So, if you're running a seed stage startup right now, take a step back. Look at your burn. Not just the number, but the story behind it. Ask yourself, am I hiring out of need or anxiety? Am I spending for growth or validation? Am I building flexibility or locking myself in? Because the startups that survive seed aren't the ones that move the fastest. They're the ones that stay alive long enough to figure things out. If this helped you rethink burn rate, hit subscribe and drop a like. It really helps the channel. And if you want to understand how runway actually disappears, even when the math looks right, watch the next video on your screen. It connects directly to everything we talked about today, and it might just save you from your next mistake.